Hey there. I have some more things to show you today. Today, we're going to spend most of the time underground. As I mentioned, I don't like to spend a great deal of time underground, but it's Minecraft, and to lay hands on valuable resources, we do occasionally, at least, have to go underground. As I'd mentioned before, we dig the tunnels, nice and pleasantly wide, and methodically, we light the tunnels. Now, while it's my goal to dig the tunnel down, what I'm really trying to do is to discover an underground mining system that has occurred naturally, a cave. As you know, the caves have more valuable resources than do running mine shafts of this kind, though, as you can see, I have come across a good supply of iron. So it's my hope that soon, as seems to be the case here, I will discover a cave system. As we get into manufacturing more interesting structures, we're going to need more supplies of these hard to come by resource. Now, like I said, we are meticulous when we mine. Oh. And so it is that we construct the mines in an orderly fashion. And of course we carry some spare pickaxes with us. In a less relaxing moment, I have stayed in the mine too long, and as I return to the surface, we can hear them. The zombies moving about upstairs. Maybe there's only one zombie. Nonetheless, if we hear one zombie, it's probably the case that it's nighttime outside, which, as you know, is a dangerous time. Yes, it is. Now, since it is nighttime and dangerous, we will not go outside at this time. And as you can see, I have broken down and manufactured for myself a sword. Rather than putting ourselves in danger going out at night, we're going to let the sun come up and burn those zombies to death. What we will do instead is remain here in our safely lit mine shaft. A skeleton is nearby. However, now that I'm deeper down, I'm fairly certain that that skeleton must be inside of a nearby mine system. I expect that soon I will discover the cave where we hear that skeleton moving around. That somewhat creepy incidental music is actually a good sign that we are about to come upon a cave system. Expect that if we burrow back into this, we will discover the cave. Ah. Okay, we have most definitely found a cave system. This is the gravel, which is useful because we can get from it flint, with which we can manufacture flint and steel to make fires with. And also, we can build arrows with the flint, although this is not as efficient a method of manufacturing arrows as is killing off skeletons. We also have a fairly sizable vein of iron here. Yes. We have most definitely found the cave system. We won't explore the entire cave system just now. Frankly, because in the cave system, no doubt are lots of mobs. What we will do instead is relocate the workbench that I put in the mine so that we won't have to go all the way up to the surface to manufacture tools moving forward. Now that's trouble. The skeleton's very close by. It's probably above ground, but it might have wandered into the mine, so check the corners. Alright, the skeleton's above ground. Oh. We seal off little nooks like this because they're areas where light might not reach. We can't tolerate those kinds of areas. Now, this will be the new mining base, so we will place the crafting table here in this new section. Now, with plenty of cobblestone in hand to steal everything off if it should become dangerous, we will have a dig and see what we'll discover. The flint, as I had mentioned. Oh, and there's some coal as well. We will definitely want some of this coal. As you know, for a number of months now, digging up blocks provides experience that it did not previously provide. While I prefer to manufacture charcoal, we're not going to ignore the supply of coal. Indeed, we are going to be able to extend our stay as a result. And double the torch supply. Now, what I just did there to remove the stone before I took out the coal, the mobile blocks like gravel can be somewhat dangerous. So if we ever suspect that we might have lots of blocks falling on us, it's wise to dig up the area and confirm that that won't be the case. Now I suspect that the cave system most likely lies down around in that direction. However, we're going to mine a shaft in this direction because we've collected a great deal of metal, iron ore, in this outing. And there's no reason to risk losing that to a creeper or some other kind of mob. Even with this new metal, not even metal, the sword is made from stone. Yes, we can pretty much conclusively say that the cave system lies in that direction. Nonetheless, digging this shaft has proven profitable. Now, oh, there it is. I was getting ready to mention that the pickaxe was soon to break, and without it we won't continue, because it is inefficiently a long process to dig by hand. And it's also inefficient because when we destroy these kinds of stones by hand, as you know, we don't get a cobblestone. And since the cobblestone is my primary tool material, which, yes, I have no further lumber on hand, we don't want to lose that opportunity to gather cobblestone. So, I'll see you back in the hobbit hole. So here we are, safe and sound, as I'd hope, staying underground. Let the sun come up, and I didn't run into any monsters coming back to the hole. We will use our newly acquired coal to smelt all of this iron that we've collected. Now, what we'll also do is we're going to go out and gather some lumber, as I've run short. And to do this, we're going to check up on those trees that we replanted, which have not come up. I'm going to begin to use this area over here as the lumber area, because as you can see, it's a nice flat space where we can easily put down trees. I don't have any on hand, but we can punch our way to success. As we gather the wood, there are some things that we're going to be contemplating and thinking about there. For starts, some of this wood is going to end up as new units of charcoal. A great number of this wood is going to end up as sticks that we can use to manufacture tools and torches. And a great deal more of this wood will end up being used as lumber pieces. Soon, I'm going to go ahead and begin on some of those more interesting projects that I'd mentioned. Not that many. Yeah. There we are. Now, because I know now that we're dealing in gravel, we'll need a shovel. And we'll also need some new pickaxes. Finally, we're going to want to be able to seal off the new cave system once we open it up. So, we'll bring a door along. And as always, an ample supply of torches. We'll check up on the iron there, which is coming along quite nicely. And I'm actually going to take some of that coal to continue manufacturing torches. Because we don't know the size of the cave system, we want to make sure that we have lots and lots of torches on hand. Because when we go there, we will want to light it thoroughly. Now let's look at some of the items we have. The flint we're going to put over here in the column where we're collecting pieces for making bows and arrows. We will go ahead and deposit some dirt. You never know when you'll need dirt. It's a useful scaffolding material, which we'll talk about once we get into building big structures. And we don't need all of this cobblestone, but it is a useful material. We are actually going to convert most of this cobblestone into smooth stone and ultimately stone slabs, which are a rather lovely building material that I like to use often. We're going to go ahead and plant some trees. And also, as my little chicken pieces are... we haven't much time. Not much time at all. So, instead we'll use the bed. There we are. Check around, make sure we have no creeper. No spiders nearby. Looks good. Now, as we can see here, the wheat farm is looking good. However, soon it will be time to expand the wheat farm. Sand is not suitable for farming, so we will replace it with some of the dirt. I'm certain that there are some who feel that dirt is worthless in Minecraft. I disagree. But then again, I'm quite the avid farmer. Now this will be the section where we create the pool that will keep this area watered. We'll remove this torch, and then it will go down into the mines. Now, as I mentioned before, it's difficult in the wintry biome to make source water happen. But we can try. There we are. And for uniformity's sake, there we go. And now we'll have a new place to plant some new farming. However, because my food supply is running somewhat short, we're going to use the bone meal again and accelerate the farming process. And as you can see, we've gleaned some extra farm unit. I have the hoe with me. I'll need to go collect it. Sand is also useful, mostly for the manufacture of glass. I do not often work in glass, but from time to time it's a nice addition. There we go. And now, with the wheat that we have gleaned, we can make more bread. Which we will promptly eat. And I'll just go ahead and put that back. We're going to need some other things to allow us to be somewhat more efficient. We don't want to get stuck in the mine again with monsters roaming about upstairs. So, I am going to go ahead and manufacture another bed. And I see that our iron is ready. That would be wasteful. Can manufacture some more charcoal in this way instead. And we'll keep the coal on hand. No, we won't. We're just going to manufacture more torches right away. Because that's what I would have done anyway. There we are. Recover some of the wood. And 3 new units of charcoal. Once I begin mass producing charcoal and stone, we're really going to see a lot of experience happen very quickly. And it's regrettable that this early in the game you can't lay hands on an enchanting table. However, I have recently become aware of the anvil, which is going to be a very useful tool later on. And we will use some of our precious iron to manufacture an anvil. However, it is very iron intensive, which is okay because if you're unfamiliar with the anvil, it's a relatively new block, and with it we can repair tools using experience. Or so I read in the wiki. So, I'll see you again at the bottom of the shaft. So, I've become more convinced than ever that I'm very close to finding a cave system. This is my second time down in this particular section of the mine shaft, and now I hear zombies nearby. I have removed all of this gravel here. We got a little bit of flint, and oh my. We also found an additional supply of iron. Where is he, I wonder? I expect that we're going to discover that zombie when we excavate here. As you can imagine, it's oh yes, he's most definitely beyond this rubble. As you can imagine, it's certainly a somewhat unnerving sensation to know that we will soon be looking one of the monsters in the eye there. I'm also constantly checking around to make sure that he hasn't wandered into the section of the mine I'm already occupying. This does seem to suggest a different possibility, because I had assumed that the mine, the cave we're looking for, was going to be down in this area. So as you see, I excavated this large gallery. He's surely nearby. Yeah, I can hear him quite loud. I'm surely right on. Oh, yeah. There's the creepy music again, which, as we've discussed, is... There he is. There he is right there. We found the cave. However, we have a secret weapon. Light. With light, we can purify the Minecraft world. Now, notice that I've been careful to make sure that I don't open up the entire section all at once. This way, the zombie can't even reach me. What's more, we've put in our light sources. Now what I'm going to do is, first off, seal up the entire section, like that. And now I'm going to leave the mine. I'm going to go back to the hobbit hole. Now while I'm doing that, the zombie will eventually despawn, because the game only loads at such a distance from you, those mobs that exist. The same thing happened with the skeleton that I detected down here. Oh my, there's a spider. Chances are good that I've stayed underground too long again and lost track of time. Yeah, that one's definitely one that's above ground at the nighttime. Yep. This time, because I'm very interested in making sure that we get that zombie to despawn, despite the dangerousness of spiders, which I demonstrated in the last video, we're going to make a mad dash for the hobbit hole. Ow! Oh, oh, he's found me. But this time we have a sword. And with the sword, we can smite him easily. Now notice that I also ate the bread before I fought the spider. This is important because, as you can see, when we're fully fed, our health hearts regenerate. I think that's enough exploring for one evening, and I'll see you again next time when we open up that cave system and take care of everything that's inside of it to lay claim to its riches.